If you woke up today with a heaviness in your chest, this is not a coincidence. Maybe you felt the house was colder, the air heavier, a strange silence that doesn't comfort, it just presses down. Now tell me honestly, have you ever had the feeling that something's wrong, but you don't know what it is? Some people call it bad luck. Others say it's just getting older. But what if I told you it might simply be accumulated energy? A simple ritual with water and salt can begin to cleanse your home and your soul. And within 3 days, you might feel the first sign, an unexpected sum of money, an important phone call, an idea that solves an old problem. Sounds like magic? It might seem that way, but it's energy. Today, you're going to discover a silent ritual used by spiritual masters to unblock paths and reactivate your vital force. If your house has been feeling heavy, if your body feels drained, if you feel like you're carrying something that isn't yours, watch until the end and comment now. My house will breathe again. Because when you clear energy, you open the door to the new. And the new might already be at your door. Today, you'll learn 4 rituals with salt. 4 simple, yet deeply powerful practices that have been passed down from generation to generation, often whispered by those who understood that energy isn't just a detail, it's the root of everything. These rituals have a clear purpose to cleanse the energy field of your home, activate the flow of abundance, and return the power to your hands. But before we continue, it's important that you understand something. This isn't just about the salt. It's about the intention you set, the awareness you activate, and the liberation that begins when you step out of autopilot. Salt is just the vehicle. The key is you. These rituals don't require blind faith. They require presence. They require you to show up fully, even in silence, because true prosperity doesn't come from rushing or force. It comes from alignment. And at the end of this video, I'm going to teach you how to create your own consecrated salt amulet, a spiritual object that holds your name, your word of power, and your living energy. This is the most subtle ritual and the most transformative. But for it to make sense, you need to follow every step. Every word has a purpose. Every gesture has a story. So take a deep breath. Listen with your body, not just your ears, and let your intuition awaken what has been dormant. If you feel that this content will stay with you for a long time, like this video and subscribe to the channel now, because what you're going to learn here is something to return to throughout life. Salt was never just a seasoning. Since ancient times, it was offered as payment. It was currency. It was protection. It was a symbol of purity and permanence. Where salt was placed, nothing impure could remain. And that's no coincidence. In the human body, salt is in sweat, in tears, and in blood. In the earth, it's in the oceans, which hold ancient memories. In the spiritual realm, it's recognized as one of the greatest icons of purification and energetic protection. In Tibetan Buddhism, salt is used to absorb emotional burdens that have no name. Old wounds, inherited fears, sorrows the mind has already forgotten, but the energetic field still carries. In feng shui, a bowl of salt is placed where energy stops circulating. It acts like an invisible magnet, pulling in what's already stagnant but hasn't yet been dissolved. And in many Afro-descendant, indigenous, and Eastern traditions, salt is used not only to cleanse, but to seal. Seal portals, seal spaces, seal intentions. But the most important thing to understand is this: salt only works when it meets intention. Without presence, it's just a mineral. With presence, it's living protection. Modern science confirms salt has physical properties that neutralize electric charges and vibrational fields. But spirituality goes further. It says salt listens to the energy field of the home and responds to what needs to be released. That's why, when you place a glass of salt in a space, don't underestimate it. You're activating an ancient technology, silent but precise. And everything that's heavy, everything that's been accumulating, will start to rise, not to scare you, but to finally be cleansed. So, before you perform any ritual, remember, salt responds to your energetic command. It is an ally, a guardian. And the more sincere your intention, the deeper the effect will be. Now that you understand the power of salt, it's time to hear what happens when that power is activated with truth. Story 1. Marina, 63 years old, a seamstress since she was 16, experienced hands, full of calluses and silence. For years, her home was a place of creativity and livelihood. But suddenly, the orders stopped. Months with no requests, no clients, no explanation. She said the house felt closed, as if the air no longer flowed. That's when a friend gave her a simple tip. Put a glass of water and salt, that's it. Marina didn't question it. She placed the glass in the corner of the living room and repeated the phrase she was taught. May this water take away what I cannot see. On the third night, the phone rang. An old client, someone she hadn't heard from in 2 years, placed a large order. The next day, another, and the day after that, one more. She couldn't explain it. She just said the house breathed again, and the money remembered me. Story 2. Victor, 41 years old, grocery store owner. His store used to be busy, but lately it was only bringing losses. Even with promotions, cleaning, renovations, nothing changed. It was like the door was open, but the energy locked. His wife was the one who suggested the ritual. Let's put a glass with salt by the entrance. It doesn't hurt to try. 2 days later, the customers started coming back. People he hadn't seen in months showed up. And something curious happened. He said the space felt lighter, more alive, as if someone had turned on the light, but without touching a switch. These stories aren't miracles in the magical sense. They are responses. They're signs that when energy moves, reality moves too. If any part of these stories touched something inside you, if you've gone through similar moments, comment now. Money will remember me too. Because sometimes it's just waiting for the field to open again. This is the most well-known ritual, and also the most underestimated, but when done with presence, it becomes a deep catalyst for energetic cleansing. You will need 3 elements: simple, powerful, ancestral. 1 clear glass, water, coarse salt. Fill the glass up to 3/4 with water. Then Add a heaping tablespoon of coarse salt. And here's the key detail. Don't stir. Let the salt settle at the bottom. The shift has already begun. Now, place this glass in the area where you feel stagnation. It could be at the entrance of the house, it could be in the bedroom, it could be near your workspace. Feel where the energy is stuck. Your body knows. At night, before going to sleep, approach the glass. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath and repeat softly or silently in your mind, I allow this salt to cleanse my path and bring prosperity. That's the command. Simple. Director. Aligned. Leave the glass there for 3 full days. Avoid moving it. Avoid talking about it. This is a silent ritual. The less interference, the stronger it works. After that time, observe the glass. If there are bubbles, stains at the bottom, or if the water looks cloudy, it's a clear sign that it has absorbed dense energy from the environment. Now comes the most important part, the disposal. Pour the contents of the glass directly into the toilet. And as the water flushes away, say firmly, as this water goes, so do the blockages in my life. Rinse the glass and store it. Or, if the process felt intense, discard the glass as well. Listen to your intuition. This is the beginning. Small gesture that clears away deep layers. Have you ever thought about everything your feet carry? Where you walked, who you've encountered, how much energy you've absorbed without even realizing it? Our shoes don't just touch the ground. They touch stories, heavy paths, tense spaces, and many times they bring that energy into your home. This ritual is to release what doesn't belong to you, to cleanse the path, and free your feet from the invisible weight they carry. You'll need the pair of shoes you wear the most, fine salt, the most common kind. A moment of silence. Take the pair of shoes. Place a spoonful of fine salt inside each one. No need to fill them, just cover the bottom. Now, place those shoes under your bed. But pay attention, the toes should face the bedroom door. This detail isn't aesthetic, it's energetic. It's a symbolic gesture that invites what needs to leave to find the way out. Before going to sleep, approach and say gently, everything that doesn't belong to me dissolves. Clear path for my well-being. Repeat this ritual for 3 consecutive nights. 3 nights of slow, subtle, but deep cleansing. After the 3rd night, remove the salt from the shoes and throw it away in the trash outside the house. Do not reuse it. Do not repurpose it. The salt has done its job. What it carried no longer needs to return. This is a ritual few people know about, but it has a direct effect on the lightness of your days. You might not notice it right away, but over time, you'll start to feel more energized, more openness, less heaviness. If you felt that this is the right ritual to start today, comment now. My steps will be light again. Because when your feet are set free, the path changes. Ritual 3. The wallet with salt. The way you keep your money says a lot about how you relate to it. Your wallet isn't just an accessory, it's an energetic symbol. It holds habits, beliefs, fears, and often scarcity you don't even realize is there. This ritual is to reset your field, to cleanse the relationship, and to transform your wallet into a channel for receiving and holding prosperity. Here's what you're going to do. Completely empty your wallet. Remove coins, cards, old bills, papers you no longer need. This is a gesture of release. You're telling the universe, I'm ready to receive differently. Clean the inside of the wallet. You can use a dry cloth or a slightly damp one. It's not about the value of the wallet. It's about the energy it holds. Now, take a small plate and spread a layer of coarse salt. Place the wallet gently on top of the salt. Leave it there overnight. The salt will absorb everything that's blocking the flow of money. Inherited beliefs, fear of charging, guilt over spending. It will pull out what no longer serves you. The next day, remove the wallet. Throw the salt away in the trash outside your home. And now, prepare for the new cycle. Take a small piece of paper, write your full name, today's date, and a power word. Abundance, freedom, security. Choose the one that moves you most. Fold the paper into 3 parts and keep it inside your wallet. You can also prepare a salt amulet. Put a little coarse salt into a small fabric pouch. Tie it with thread or ribbon and keep it inside your wallet. Now, with your wallet clean, protected, and consecrated, say, my wallet is a channel of abundance. Everything that enters remains. This ritual isn't about attracting luck. It's about becoming worthy of receiving and keeping. So far, you've learned how to use salt to cleanse, but there's one step further: to consecrate. To consecrate is to turn the ordinary into sacred. It's taking a simple element and saying to it, with your soul, you are a guardian, you are my shield, you carry my strength. This ritual is about creating your own salt amulet. Not just any salt, but salt with a name, intention, and purpose. You'll need a small glass jar with a lid, coarse salt, a small piece of paper, a pen, silence, and presence. On the paper, write your full name. Below that, write a key word. Don't choose with your mind, choose with your heart. It could be abundance, freedom, health, peace, new beginning. Under the word, write today's date. Fold the paper into 3 parts, like a seal. Place it inside the jar. Then, fill the jar with coarse salt until the paper is completely covered. Now hold the jar with both hands. Close your eyes and imagine a golden light, warm, subtle, and pulsating, surrounding the salt, as if you were waking it up. And say in a firm, steady voice, I consecrate this salt as the guardian of my energy. It protects, it cleanses, it guides. You've just created a living spiritual object. It holds your name, your intention, and your vibration. Keep this jar in a special place in your home, a space that represents protection. It could be your altar, a drawer, or a shelf. And when you feel doubt, heaviness, confusion, hold the jar again. Close your eyes. Breathe and remember that the energy you need is already within you. This is the quietest ritual, but also the most powerful. Now that you learned the rituals, here's a secret. How you do it matters more than what you do. Energy doesn't respond to excess. It responds to pure intention, repeated with truth. These 5 pieces of advice will turn each ritual into a portal. 1. Do it on the right days. Some days are like open windows in time. The 1st, 11th, and 21st carry a special frequency. They're known as restart portals. If you can, choose one of these days to begin. If not, don't worry. The intention still counts, but aligning with time amplifies the effect. 2. Avoid doing it in a rush. Rushing breaks the thread of connection. A ritual is not a task, it is presence. Set aside a moment just for yourself. Even if it's just 10 minutes of silence. When you slow down, the spiritual field opens more easily. 3. Keep it quiet. What is sacred doesn't need to be shared. The more discreet your ritual is, the stronger the energy it generates. Don't tell everyone. Don't post it. Let the results speak for themselves. 4. Care for your physical space. There is no lasting energetic cleansing in a dirty or messy home. Energy anchors into matter. A clean table, a swept floor, a made bed. All of that supports what the ritual has initiated. 5. Repeat when your heart calls for it. You don't have to wait for chaos to return before you act. If one day you wake up and feel the field is heavy or something needs to be renewed, repeat. With ease, without obligation, without drama. Energy understands when the call comes from within. These are not rules, they are compasses. And the more you listen to your intuition on this path, the faster reality begins to reorganize itself. Today, you didn't just learn rituals. You remembered something you already knew. Something that may have been dormant, forgotten, but always present in you. You cleared more than a physical space. You cleared old burdens, repetitive thoughts, emotions that no longer served you. With every gesture, with every word spoken in silence, you reactivated your own power. That power that doesn't depend on what's outside. That is born when you align from within. This journey with salt is not about superstition, it's about recognition. That the invisible exists, that the field responds, and that the energy of your life is, at all times, asking for direction. Today, you planted seeds, seeds of presence, of awareness, of clean prosperity, the kind that arrives gently, stays, and blooms effortlessly, and the most beautiful part is, you did it with your own hands. If this content truly touched you, if at any moment you felt that this video spoke to something deep inside you, comment now. Energy responds to me, and I'm on the right path. This is more than just a comment. It's a commitment to your home, to your field, to your fresh start. And if you know someone who's feeling lost, tired, stuck, send them this video, not as just another tip, but as a reminder. Abundance isn't something we run out to find. It's something we wake up. And if you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe to the channel, because this journey is just beginning. And with every ritual, every conscious choice, you're not just clearing the path, you're becoming the path.